What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, making their debut on the channel tonight, we have Oceans of Slumber. Yes, indeed, how about that? Oceans of Slumber making their debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-bibbidi-bob, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Liz Frelick, and Liz wanted to see me react to this song by Oceans of Slumber called Winter. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a minute, hold it, I've heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Century Media Records, okay? And the video has 470,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Oceans of Slumber, Winter official video. Wah, wah, wah.
Damn it.
Yeah, there's that word official. Oh boy, I think it's coming off the record labels page as well. Look, you know what I'm gonna say, so I'm not gonna say it. All I'm gonna say is we're gonna have to just wait and see what happens and hope for the best. Yikes! 8 minutes. Okay. Well, okay. Well, you know how I feel about long videos, guys. If the song is entertaining, if the song's well written, well constructed, everything makes sense, everything sounds good, I'm enjoying myself, I'm having fun with it, it's got nothing to worry about. If I'm bored, if I'm falling asleep, if it's poorly written, poorly executed, I'm not having a good time with it, I'm going to absolutely tear it to shreds. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens there as well. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Whispers death to life. Winter's breath has come to carry you.
Yes, we're in 6/8.
It echoes through the hall.
Feels like we're in D.
Long gone are the days of everything redefined. Teach me how to breathe and live again. Remind me all the ways that summer felt. I can't breathe, I can't feel. So lost without your love.
I like that fill.
I can't feel. There's
Feel the
no
fill.
light, nothing left. This road is grown cold. There's no light, no love around me. You and I were never meant to be. 1,000 little wings upon the ground, unformed memories, unformed sound.
little movement in the bass there. That was nice. Okay, if they're gonna turn it up, this is gonna be the place to do it right here. We've gone through 2 verses, 2 choruses. Sounds like we're in D, which is fine. My favorite key. We're in 6/8, which is one of my favorite time signatures. Are they doing anything wrong? No, they're not doing anything wrong. Everything they're playing makes sense. Everything they're playing sounds solid. It's a pretty song. I will absolutely give credit where credit's due. It is pretty. Everything across the board is being done very well. Vocals done solid. The harmonies are solid. Guitar playing is solid. Bass playing is solid. Drums are solid. Having said that, I hate to say it, folks. This is a snooze fest. Nothing is blowing my mind. Nothing is impressing me. Nothing is making me go, oh, wow. There's no wow factor here. None. The vocals are solid. Sure, they're solid. Anything that's blowing my mind about? No. I've heard hundreds of other vocalists do the exact same thing. And if I'm being honest, guys, I've heard them do it better. So, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like, oh my God, these are the most amazing vocals I've ever heard in my life. No, I'm not going to say that. That would be a lie. Same thing with the guitar playing. Same thing with the bass playing. Same thing with the drumming. Everything's good. Everything's solid across the board. But I'm not going to sit here and blow things out of proportion. I'm just not that kind of person. I will give credit where credit's due. It's solid across the board. It sounds pretty. I like the use of the key of D, and I like the fact that we're in 6/8. That's nice, okay? I appreciate that. But having said that, I've heard so many other bands do songs that sound exactly like this, and they've done them better. So I'm sorry, I'm not gonna sit here and, play on people's emotions and pretend that I love something when I don't really love it. Am I enjoying it? Not really. Honestly, I'm kind of bored, if I'm being honest. So I'm really hoping things turn up. I'm hoping things change around a little bit. I don't know, maybe play with feel a little bit. Maybe change time signature. Maybe increase the tempo. I don't know. Change key for all I care. Do something. Because right now we've gone for 2.5 minutes and we're not really going anywhere fast. So we still got 5.5 minutes. Let's see what they got. Okay, turned it up a little bit. Being a little more intense. Okay. go into a double time feel. That's nice. Okay, things have definitely gotten a little more interesting. They did play with feel. They did go up into a double time feel within the 6/8. That was nice. Well done. Switching up the approach, going to a heavier style. I like that. I'm glad they did that because I'm glad we got away from that we have for the first 2.5 minutes because that direction was only going to take them so far. So it's good to see some diversity in their approach, in their playing ability. Vocally, the addition of the grit and growl vocals, I like it. I like it to an extent. I'm glad it didn't take over fully. There's still the melodic vocal style coming from the female lead singer, which is a nice contrast. They're playing off well with each other, and we're getting a pretty good balance between the two. So I'm happy we've got that. If I'm being honest, I mean, don't get me wrong, the guitar solos so far have been nice. They've been really well done. But I gotta tell you, the drummer's kind of stealing the show for me. His fills. It's not so much the patterns that he's coming up with. I mean, he's coming up with some really solid patterns, but what's really interesting me is the fills that he's using as transitions from phrase to phrase. He's really got some nice fill work. He really understands how to utilize fills and how to utilize the patterns that he comes up with the fills and really utilize them in a way that is very pleasing to the ear and leaves nothing to be figured out. There's no guesswork. I mean, when you hear that fill, you know it's a transition. We're going into the next phrase. I like that. And they're creative. They're nice. And it's not the same fill over and over and over and over again. He's coming up with different fills each time. Like a great variety. And I like that. I really do. It's help. That's one of the main reasons I'm staying vested into this song. It's keeping me interested is what's happening within the drums. So I'm glad the drummer's there. I'm glad the drummer's doing what he's doing. Other than that, though, I mean, it's pretty much the same. Like I said, there have been some things that have happened that have definitely helped keep me vested. They've kept me engaged. But I'm still not going to sit here and go, oh my God, I'm amazed by this, because I'm still not amazed, but it's definitely increased. The value of the song has definitely gone up. Its stock has gone up. So there's that. Take that for what it's worth. Let's finish this out and we'll get to the review. It's the Bills money. It sounds like we're finishing out how we started. Same style. I mean, this is gonna be one of those weird reviews, man. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be one of those things where how I personally feel is just it's not gonna line up with the score I give. I already have a score in mind, and it's not in any way, shape, or form reflective of how I personally feel. You'll see what I mean, I promise. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Oceans of Slumber with Winter. This was a request from Liz Frelick. Okay, I have a score here, and I'm going to be honest with you, folks. The score, it honestly does not reflect how I feel about the song. I'm going to tell you what I mean by that, but let's start with the score first, and then I'll explain what I mean by that, and I think everybody will understand where I'm coming from. Let's start off with that score. On a scale of 1 to 10, I am going to give that, believe it or not, I am going to give that a 6.4. Yeah, 6.4. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, a 6.4. What does that mean? Well, a 6.4 would translate to a pretty good scale rating, so I think it's a pretty good song. It would get 3 out of 5 stars and a B- letter grade. Not a C, not a D, a B. B as in boy. So there you go, a 6.4, pretty good scale rating, 3 out of 5 stars and a B- letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. For the record, that 6.4 does not reflect how I personally feel about this. Personally, like my own personal feelings subjectively, this would be down somewhere in the 3s, maybe 4s, possibly 4s, but I doubt it. High 3s, low 4s. For the first 2.5 minutes, it really didn't go anywhere. I'm sitting there going, something better happen, because right now I am struggling to stay awake. I am so bored. And then, like I said, after I paused at about the 2.5 minute mark, things changed. It did change up. Once. It changed up once. We did take a little more of an aggressive feel. We did play around with the double time feel for a while, but then we came right back into the straight time again, unfortunately, and we never went back in the double time feel again. The song really didn't go anywhere. We were literally doing pretty much, okay, we were switching up between the two riffs, between the chorus and the verse, the chorus and the verse, the chorus and the verse, the chorus and the verse. For an 8-minute long song, what else could we possibly have done? I don't know. How about we throw a bridge in there? How about maybe during the solo section, maybe we change key? That'd be nice. How about we do something than just the same two riffs over and 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 over and
346 minutes later.
over and over and over and over again. How about we change things up? That would be nice. You know, a little more than what we did. You know, it just got very redundant for me, and this was a hard listen. It really was. And like I said, personally, for me, low 3s, maybe high 4s, but I'm going to be honest with you folks, I'm leaning more toward those high 3s, like a 3.8, 3.9. Now, how did I come up with the 6.4? Despite how I might personally feel, about the song. And let's be honest here, folks, I didn't like the song, okay? I really didn't like this. Despite my own personal feelings, there's no denying that there were some good things happening in there, okay? They did start and they did finish with the beginning and the ending in mind, okay? So they had that sandwich. That was nice, having the beginning and the ending correlating with each other. That was nice. I love it when songs finish how they begin, as long as it makes sense to do it. And this song, it made sense, so I got no issue with it. The musicianship across the board, solid. Okay, it was absolutely solid. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I was blown away by anything, but everything across the board was solid. It was reliable. You could bank on it. So that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Nothing wrong there. Vocally, same thing. Nothing blew my mind. I know a lot of people who are fans of Oceans of Slumber are probably gonna try in the comments and they're gonna try to convince me that she's an amazing vocalist. She might be. She may very well be an amazing vocalist. Having said that, I didn't hear anything amazing here. I didn't. I've heard hundreds of vocalists do far more impressive work than what she did here. Now, maybe there are other songs where she's far more impressive than what we heard here. I would be more than happy to check that out. But based completely on this song, can you honestly say that what she sang was impressive? Would you put her up in the ranks of those super vocalists that we've heard on this channel? No. I don't think so. I don't believe for 1 second that anybody could. And anybody who's gonna take this performance, basing this performance completely on the vocalist's ability, anybody who honestly puts them up in that super vocalist range is delusional. They are absolutely out of their minds, okay? There are so many vocalists that we've seen on this, just on this channel, not even the ones that I've seen in person, just on this channel alone, we've seen so many other vocalists who sing way better than she does. So I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I'm blown away by this, because I'm not. What she sang was good. What she sang was solid. What she sang was appropriate for the song. But I'm not gonna sit here and pander and pretend like I'm amazed by something just to make Oceans of Slumber fans happy. I'm just not gonna do that. I am not that kind of reactor. This is not that kind of channel. Same thing can be said for the backing vocals with the grit and growl. Where the grit and growl is done well. Yes, they were done well. And I like the balance. I didn't love the balance. I feel like once the backing vocals came in with the grit and growl, I do feel like the lead vocalist with the melodic singing, I feel like she kind of took a back seat. And I really was hoping there'd be a little more of her in the mix. Right now, we've got maybe, I would say about a 70-30 mix between the melodic singing and the grit and growl. Or maybe 60-40. I'll go 60-40. 40% melodic, 60% grit and growl. I can see that. Okay, fine, we'll go with that. If that had been switched around and had 60% clean vocal, melodic singing, mixed with 40% grit and growl, I would have been happier. I would have definitely been happier. But it is what it is, and it definitely affected the score. If I'm being honest, folks, I'm glad the song was in the key of D, thankfully. I'm glad we were in that 6/8 the entire song. If you're gonna pick a time signature to play the entire song in, I'm glad it was 6/8. 4/4 would have made it even more boring. No, but 6/8 was nice. I'm gonna be honest with you, folks. I was really kind of leaning towards 5s with this. I really kind of was. The thing that really brought this up into the 6s, if I'm being honest, and the VIP, the absolute MVP, I should say, the MVP of this song was the drummer. His fill work was nice. It was nice. It was very well done. I like how he approached his fills, giving each fill ample time to start and complete before coming into the next phrase. I like how every single fill made sense and every single fill was clean. I never felt once like the drummer was tripping over himself, trying to finish, in time. No, I never felt that. Every single fill felt calculated. It felt precise. It felt well rehearsed. Everything sounded great across the board when it came to the drummer's fill work. Yes, I said great. I think the drummer's fill work was great. And what I really loved about it more than anything else was the variety. I never heard one fill. Now, maybe I might be wrong about this, but I personally did not hear one fill that repeated. I never felt like he used any fill more than once. A lot of variety. And like I said, every single fill felt precise. Every single fill sounded well rehearsed. Every single fill sounded well thought out. And I absolutely appreciate that. He was, without question, the MVP of this song. At least that's how I feel. Everybody else across the board, solid, okay? So that is how we're coming up to a 6.4. You all can thank the drummer for that. Like I said, personally, how I personally feel about the song, this would be down in the high 3s. Maybe maybe 4.0, possibly. But I'm really leaning more toward that 3.8 range. That's how I personally feel. I didn't like the song. I hated the song. I was not a fan of this song at all. But having said that, putting personal feelings aside, looking at the song objectively, I think it deserves that 6.4. And that's where we're at, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We got a 6.4, which is a pretty good scale rating, 3 out of 5 stars, and a B- letter grade. Take your pick. I don't care. Whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make a difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.